What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of ArmTalk. I'm your host, Jody Williams, and today my guest is none other than Wisconsin's own Shawna Wagner. Shawna, how you doing?
Super. How are you?
Little tired, but you know what? Hey, we're gonna push through. We're gonna push through.
All right, we're gonna do it. Let's do it.
Cool. So, one of the reasons why I want you to come back on the show, because last time you were on the show, you were with a bunch of other ladies, and this time it's just focused on you. So, but you have a very important match coming up. Do you want to go ahead and tell everybody what you got coming up?
Yeah, so I've got this match. I believe we pronounced the name Frida.
I think it's Frida.
I think it's Frida. Out of Canada. So I'm super excited about this for a couple of reasons. One, I've never really pulled anyone out of Canada in a bigger match, and two, never met her, never pulled her. So not a lot of information about her. So we've become friends on Facebook, and how this kind of got set up and started was she saw the match between myself and Katie Hankey and reached out via Facebook and said, "Hey, I would like to pull you." And I'm like, well, "Let's do this. Let's figure out a way to do it." And Kaylee kind of helped set this up through the Bomb Squad, and so yeah, I'm super excited about it.
Well, as Mr. Nathan Williamson says, he saw her pull at the Quebec Provincial. So, have you seen any kind of footage on Frida?
So there's very, very little. I'm not going to be shy here. I definitely looked at her Facebook page to see if I could scrap up any kind of videos and such. Only a couple that I could take a look at. So I think that's what also makes it dynamic. I don't post a lot of footage of me either. So I think we're both going to come at each other a little bit blindsided.
Well, you do have like a powerlifting. Is it a powerlifting background? Is that what you have?
Yeah, so I do strongman actually, just as a side sport. I didn't start with strongman. I actually started with arm wrestling, but Danielle Evenson taught me into strongman, and so it's nice because I do it on the side. It keeps me from not having to do cardio because I hate cardio. So, but it's a good compliment to arm wrestling.
Well, good. And then, of course, Katie Hankey. Hello, Shawna. Hello, Jody. Welcome to the show. My man, Paul Stevens. Also, welcome to the show. So, when you have these super matches, what exactly are you looking for? Are you focused on what your opponent does, or are you focused on, you know what, I have to focus on me? Because over the years, for me, it's changed, and I'm just curious about your approach to super matches.
Yeah, so just being 3 years into the sport, so I'm starting to get a little bit more super matches under my belt, and certainly the last one that I had with Katie was very meaningful to me. And I would tell you that I paid more attention to the type of puller that she was. And when it came down to it, when I went back and I looked at the videos, I could definitely see some of the mistakes that I made. So this time going in, which is kind of nice being blindsided, not having a whole bunch of footage, I'm focused on what I'm going to do, what my game plan looks like, and hopefully I can execute it that way. So I'm going to be more focused on me.
Which is good because like you just mentioned, that Frida doesn't have a whole lot of stuff out there for you to kind of sit there and dissect. And so it's kind of like you're kind of going in there, like this. I don't know what to expect. And so, you really got to be careful. Like, okay, I just pulled Katie, which meant she saw my match with Katie and called me out, but yet I don't have any info on her. So you're kind of like, behind the 8 ball at that. And so how'd you take that? And like when she called you out and says, "Hey, I want to pull you," how'd that all happen? What were your thoughts? Take us back to that moment.
Yeah, so Facebook does some wonderful things sometimes. And so, she saw the footage and she had made a comment on Facebook. She's like, "Hey, I would like to pull you." And I'm like, "Great, let's figure out how we can do that." And I'm up for any type of challenge, whether, I think I'm going to be in the winner circle, loser circle. I think it's good to go out and expand and pull different people instead of the same people in your region all the time. And so I was more than willing to travel into Canada if that's how it was going to pan out. But luckily for us, we found something, and Kaylee has set this up for us. The one thing noted here is this is not going to be a left-handed match. This is going to be a right-handed match. And this will be a very interesting one for me because, as I think most people know, I very much lean towards my left hand and not my right.
I love it when people say that. I love it when people say left hand. I love it. I love it. I love it.
No, left hand's my bread and butter. I love it.
See, this is why we get along. You see that? All right. I like that. I like that. So tell us now, what date and where can we find this match?
Yeah, so this is going to be October 4th, and it's in Minnesota. So it's the Bomb Squad. So that's Kaylee and Sean Deerfield. That's their tournament that they have.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, that's only one state across from you, so it's kind of like, you could probably drive there if you wanted to.
Yeah, we'll be driving. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, well, and also because I'm trying real hard, and I'm only speaking for the my people here in Oregon. I'm trying real hard to let folks know. There's only, I can count maybe on one hand, Katie being one of them, that there's a lot of good pullers in our state, and only a handful of us actually travel outside our comfort zone. And what I mean by comfort zone, I'm talking region, state, county, whatever, to really, test yourself. And you even said so yourself. David Jensen, welcome to the show. Tell us about that. What's your experience, because you said, pulling your same state, it's like this, because number one, it creates rivalries, but at the same time, it's like, okay, am I getting better? How do I know if I'm getting better if I don't travel out? Tell us your experiences by traveling out of your area and competing against other people. What has that done for you?
Yeah, I think that's you hit the nail on the head. So when I first started, my first year, I pretty much stayed in Wisconsin. And the nice thing about Wisconsin is, so Lee Bonnet handles all of the tournaments, and we probably have somewhere between 12 and 15 arm wrestling tournaments a year in Wisconsin, which is quite a bit. But most of them are fairly small. I mean, we're talking 50 to 80 arms. Our state went up to almost 400 arms this year, but I was at the Invitational. So I stayed very local for the first year. But to your point, I'm always arm wrestling the same girls, and there's usually only 3, maybe 4 girls at best. So I had no idea if I'm getting any better, if I'm really good or not, or maybe this sport isn't for me. So then we started traveling to Minnesota, Illinois, so a little bit closer ones to get extra exposure. And then, I think the biggest thing for people is you have to look at the cost.
Yes.
It's expensive to fly, it's expensive to drive, but then started to pan out into the invitationals, you saw me at Arizona State. We're looking to possibly go to a tournament in Nashville in November. So we've started to travel a lot more. I've done a lot of tournaments in Kansas City with Ryan. Yeah. And so we've traveled there actually quite a bit, just trying to figure out where do I fit in the mix. And it's been a great experience. One, on a personal level, it's been great. But then on the athletic front, I've really started to build, hey, I definitely feel like I'm getting better. And I definitely feel like I can compete with an elite group of women.
Well, there you go. Because see, here's Paul Stevens, his wife, Erica, a left-handed puller. And hopefully one day you and his wife will meet up on a table. See, you come on the show, people are calling you out.
Love it.
So, hey, that's not a bad thing, right? That's not a bad thing. So, Wisconsin, okay, and I know you ain't that far from Michigan. And if I'm not mistaken, I do think you have one of those gorilla statues in your possession. Do you not?
There's 2 right behind me, a bronze and a gold.
What do I have behind me? Do I got one of them? Oh, yeah, I got a couple dragons over here.
I haven't been there yet.
Let me see. Can you see that? Oh, there you go. Can you see it now?
Yeah. Those are the 98% ones, right? The winter blast. Yeah.
And I always thought that was cool. And I know, and depending on who you talk to, right? So let's talk about this for a second, because once you get to a point in the sport, some people pull for money, which is good. I would, if I can make money pulling. When I mean make money, meaning like if I can go to a tournament, win money, that's a cherry on top. That's a bonus for me. I got an actual job that pays for bills. I don't think like that, Right. But you know, there's something about awards that I'm kind of mesmerized by because, you know, if everybody got the same, you know, trophy year in, year out, it kind of doesn't mean anything. But now, as the sport evolved and these awards are getting like, okay, there's hatchets, there's gators. The Iowa Open has the bison, you know.
Yeah.
Behind me, I got two of those dragons from '98. You got some gorilla statues. I don't think they do the bulldogs anymore in Mississippi, which is sad. But nonetheless, you go to Kansas City, they got hatchets and swords and that kind of stuff. Don't know how you're gonna get through security with that, but whatever. But it's things like that. So you tell me, you know, what is your most unique award that you've earned in this sport?
Ooh, that's a tough one because boy, I tell you, I got a whole bunch of them. I definitely think I would tell you that my favorite award is definitely the gorillas. They're just neat, and they're not. I mean, they're not small. I mean, goodness, they're probably a foot tall, and they probably weigh 3 to 5 pounds a piece. So I think they're pretty neat. Oh yeah, these are like hefty.
Actually, I weigh one of my dragons, and they weigh at 9.2 pounds.
Oh really? And they may weigh more than that, but they're pretty hefty.
They look stout and like solid. So
oh yeah, for sure. I've definitely won a hatchet. And that was at one of Ryan's tournaments. And when you say, how do you get it through security? Funny enough, we did fly. So I stopped at the United counter and I'm like, this is actually an axe. Can I take this? And he's like, well, are you going to have it in your check-on? I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to check this. And he goes, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. So I didn't know if it was going to make it home or not, but it did.
So what's the key? Is it a checkout, like a carry-on, or do you have to like in your suitcase? I mean, I think
I had to check in the bag. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you couldn't carry it on the airplane. You had to check it in. So yeah, they allowed me to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Because I was wondering, I'm like going, how do you get away with that? I'm like, if I were to win one, I'd say, bro, Ryan, you're going to have to say like mail that to me because there's no way. You know, I just because see, my fear would be if I were to win that because that'd be a cool thing to win, and all of a sudden, no, security was like, no, we can't do that, or you can't take that. Right. Then it's like that is the one thing I really wanted to win. I wanted it, now I can't take it home with me. So that would be one of my fears. So like I'm sure you drove to Michigan State, correct?
Michigan State, we drove, yes.
Well, it's easy for you. So when I live across country from Philadelphia, so when I flew out there, I flew out with just a carry-on bag with my clothes and everything, but not knowing that when I would come back, I bought a couple shirts from Sarah Bachman, and you know I won a couple dragons. I'm thinking, okay, all this is not going to fit in my bag. How is this going to work? So I went to a Walmart down the street from the hotel I was staying at in the casino, and I just bought like a bag, right? So bought a bag. I'm like, cool. Came back to my hotel room, and boys and girls don't do what I'm about to tell you. So I actually took a couple towels from the hotel room, right? And I had taken some T-shirts, wrapped each one up, and then I took the actual hotel towel, wrapped that up individually, and put it in the bag and zipped it up. So the plan was if they happened to kind of do this, it wouldn't crack because in years past, and I was talking to Ryan Grondin, he said he's shipped those statues to some people in the past, and FedEx just kind of said, fuck it, tossed it, whatever, and it like shattered in pieces. And I know I was there with Paul Passmore earlier this year, and he decided to have Ryan ship it, and then theirs came back crushed. So it's kind of like hearing the stories. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to, wrap everything up, pray it goes through the, on the flight home safe. And I got home. I was afraid to unravel it, but I was like, okay, the first one's good. Second one, good. Yeah, we're there. So, but I guess with you driving, you just wrap it up, put in the back seat, whatever, throw a little seatbelt around it if you want to, whatever, that kind of thing. So now.
Yeah, and you know how the airlines are. I mean, they don't care about your shit, right? They're just gonna throw it, and what happens.
Yes. So is there any woman out there that you really want to test yourself against? That could be a loaded question because I know you've pulled Katie before, and I don't know if you two are going to run that back. I don't know, but there's got to be someone out there you kind of go, you know what? I really want to test myself because Frida came at you, right? Paul's wife, Erica, wants to pull. Hopefully, y'all can meet. But what about you? Is there somebody on your radar? What does that look like?
Yeah, I definitely have goals for myself. So I was kind of teasing around with Katie the other night because I was thinking about coming out to Washington State, and if we do that, I would like to redo that, have that rematch. But honestly, it's not really a call out, but my goal is to hopefully one day get to pull Michelle Dugan left-handed and see how that rolls.
There you go. And you know what? Okay, so a call out, right? Not official, but it's just the question is like, okay, you would love to pull, Michelle. You see her accolades, you see what she's done in the past, and you kind of go, Now, pulling the girls in Wisconsin is a little bit different than pulling Michelle Dugan because
Absolutely.
I know you probably have her in high regard. So you're probably going, okay, if I ever get that match, I got to be on my A+ game because I know what that match would mean to you. So talk to us about training. What does your training look like? Because, and before you answer that, the reason why I said that is because when you train on a regular basis, it looks a lot different than when you train for an upcoming event or an upcoming opponent. Mm-hmm. What does that look like to Shawna Wagner?
Yeah, and so I think I'm at this very interesting stage, maybe a lot different than regular pullers because I'm on the road 80-90% of my life. And so to have some kind of routine gym thing doesn't work for me. So what I've done, so luckily we live about a half a mile from a gym. And I have workout in 3 different places. I have here in my home in the basement, we have a whole room set up for arm wrestling. We have a table, we have pulleys, we've got weights, we have all of that. Then at the gym, which is for just regular working out for strongman and stuff, I've actually purchased a half a table and I work in a different scenario at the gym. So the pulleys look a little bit different and what have you. And then when I'm traveling, in my bag, I keep bands, I keep just small things that I can travel with. But then I always find hotel rooms or hotels that have a gym that has at least dumbbells that I can, work wrists, forearms, you name it. I've been pretty creative. So there's really no set routine that I can do, but I try to train my arms anywhere from 2 to 4 times a week. At least 30 minutes, which doesn't sound like a ton, but if I look at myself last year at this time and I look at videos and then I see where I'm at now, I think I've went through a tremendous amount of growth in strength, but also in just like table IQ.
Yes. So like, and I'm sure like everybody else nowadays, when you go to a tournament or you have a match, you have someone film you. So that way you kind of go, okay, well, now the event's done, tournament's done. I can go back, look at all my matches and kind of go, okay, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? What can I fix? What can I improve on? Things like that. Do you break everything down like that? Is that what you do?
I do. I am such a technical guru. So any match that I can have filmed, I have it filmed, and then I will watch it literally piece by piece by piece and freeze frame it and look and say, oh, look, you made a mistake there. Oh, nope, that's not good. And I also try to get in after pulls. So what was it? Two weeks ago, I was at the West Virginia State tournament, the one run by Christina Casto, and Martha Swick was there, who I've not pulled.
Martha, love her.
Yes, I love Martha. And I pulled her at Michigan State and right-handed, and it didn't go swimmingly for me. But I didn't have time to after pull. But at West Virginia, she was so kind to, give me about 5-10 minutes on the table. And these are things that, I try to work on back and forth, learn something from others that have certainly seen success in their career. So I really try to hinge on that too.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because this goes back, and this will come full circle when I say this, because about traveling outside your region. When you go to a tournament, not in your area, right? And like you said, West Virginia, oh, hey, Castro's put out there. She's a veteran of the sport. She knows a lot of knowledge. You got Martha Swick. She's been around the block and she has a lot of knowledge. And you kind of go, okay, when you do after pulls, even that 5 to 10 minute session, which may not be a lot, but just enough to where you're picking someone's brain. And then it's like, okay, because maybe they know something that you don't know and they can show you and go, wow, that's pretty badass. Or it can work in reverse too. Because I'm telling you, like, after you and Frida throw down on October 4th in Minnesota, I assure you, after pull, now is there a tournament also too, or is it just the match that you're doing?
There is a tournament as well. And so kind of going back to your question, you know, when we were talking about, you know, medals and money and things like that, I love cool statues. And of course, money's always like a bonus. I think what's hard for women is getting enough women in a spot where you can actually grow yourself and learn where you're at. And so for the tournament October 4th, right now the lineup for women is looking phenomenal. And I don't know if you know this, but Katie's actually flying out for this tournament because she has a super match.
Okay, remember I said the 5 people? Katie was one of them. You know, I'm so happy. I don't think you understand. Katie knows this. I hope she knows this. I can't tell you how happy I am to see her do this, because for a while there was really no ladies in Oregon. There was Nancy Nations, Michelle Price, and that was it. And then Katie came along, and now, you know, Michelle's out of it now, and Nancy's pretty much retired, you know. And now it's just, you know, Katie holding the flag for the state of Oregon in the Northwest. I guess you could say the North, you know, the Northwest, you know, altogether. But the fact that I've seen her go to Arizona State, I've seen her, she's going to this one coming up. So now she started to get a taste of like, hey, guess what? There's more than just the ladies I pull in my area. So where I'm going with this is the fact that, hey, the landscape of women arm wrestling, I might be opening up a can of worms with this, but, you know, I have some opinions about that, you know, and sometimes my opinions can get me in trouble, but I don't give a fuck because I tell it like it is. Your opinions, where do you see the women's arm wrestling landscape these days? Now, Lucia? Oh, okay.
So it's going in and out. The way that I see the landscape 3 years ago when I started, I mean, it just seemed like, you know, myself and Danielle Evenson were the only ones in Wisconsin and my wife. And that's who you would run into, and that's it. And if you wanted to go pull somebody else, like you're driving 6 hours to try to find somebody. Right now, it seems to me that the women's arm wrestling is really starting to take hold, and it's starting to grow, and we're getting more and more interest into it. And I'm starting to see more women try to either, you know, I'll use Jolene Clark. She's doing a GoFundMe right now so that people can donate so we can try to like help women travel. We're trying to sell, you know, shirts, you know, things like that. So I think we're all trying to band together and figure out, you know, how can we, I think recruit's the wrong word, get women interested in saying, hey, this is a really cool sport. I really want to do this. And so when I see some of the younger pullers, I try to work with them to, you know, to make sure that they do stay in the sport.
I like that. I know 2 events that, you know, because you say it's hard. You go to a regular tournament, you might get 3 or 4 ladies, 5 if you're lucky. I've also seen it to where there's not enough ladies in each class. So now we got to combine them and make them one class just to have an actual decent, you know, event for you ladies. Brazink Cup, because in years past, that is the event that brings the ladies out. Mm-hmm. I've seen Gabby go there. I've seen, you know, Liz Mosick. I've seen Sarah Ray go out there. You know, I think Katie might have gone there once. I think she has. Of course, you got Jolene. Lee Aaron goes there. You know, Danielle. I mean, I'm telling you, like the list goes on. And it almost seems like it has to be an event like that, or like the round robin. You know, where it's like, okay, and you were part of that. You know how that goes, and it seems like, okay, if we had a women's only tournament, that'll bring all of them in there. What would it take to get to all? I mean, there's one thing I would love to have all the ladies there. Is that enough of all the bullshit, catfighting bullshit be done? Because then after that, if they would just get over that, whatever the fuck the problem is, whatever, get over it, come together. If it's for the sport, for the ladies division, then knock off all that other dumb shit. That's how I look at it. Because, you know, I've been in situations where I'm kind of like that. I got friends on this side, I got friends on that side, and they don't like each other. I'm thinking, knock it off, right? It's almost like this. It's almost like, and this is where I'm gonna start getting in trouble with the ladies, right? It's almost like this, Sean. It's almost like there's always somebody you work with that you don't really like, but because you have a job to do, you tolerate it.
You do it. Yeah.
No one said you gotta go have a drinks with them. No one said you gotta go hang out with them on the weekends. Right? Exactly. So is a guy who likes the women's division, wants to support that. There are so many names. It's almost toward the toppers where all that stuff gets cloudy. And it's like going, you know, whether you know, hey, I don't like this because, you know, someone disrespected me, this, that, and the other. I'm thinking, listen, you know, if you ever seen a Devin Larratt match, how often does he disrespect his opponents prior to the match? Every goddamn time, right? So get over that, right? It's just arm wrestling. Now, once it's also,
you know, I've seen so much drama lately, whether it's women, whether it's men. At the end of the day, and I don't think this is a PG show, shut the fuck up and leave it on the table. I mean, it's that simple for me.
And this show is rated R, by the way, so I thought I should let you know. But no, totally get that. Shut the fuck up and, you know, look, if you can beat me, cool, prove it.
Great, do it.
If not, go fuck away. You know, I think, honestly, and then what do you think about the ranking system?
Yeah, so depends on which one you're talking about, right?
Shit, okay. Okay, in the hook rankings. How about that? Let's start with that.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to that one too much. I mean, I've seen the list for women. I've beat some women on that list. I don't know how up to date it really is. So, you know, I could, to be honest with you, Jody, I could care less if I'm on a list or not. You know, you want to pull me? Come pull me. You win? Fantastic. You don't win? Great. You know, we can look at the air system. So Katie, and I do get in that one a little bit more, because the one thing I like about that is I can actually track like who I've competed against, because I don't remember from time to time where I was. And I do kind of like that because it kind of gives me about where I'm at. But is it truly accurate? And I'll use Katie as an example because I think she's on here listening. I think she's actually ranked below me right now. Well, she just whipped my rear end. So, I mean, is it really accurate? Are we, you know, how are we gauging it? So again, you can look at the rankings all you want. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're definitely going to beat that person. Because I think left-handed right now in that system, I'm ranked 3rd or 4th. Well, there's definitely women underneath me that I know are going to, I think Sarah Bachman's one of them, that's going to beat me. I'm quite sure of it. It's just because I've pulled more matches. That's all.
And see, that's the key right there. Because the fact that, you know, the airs is probably the most accurate that we have right now today. Now, based on the fact that, you know, somebody may be ranked higher than you, even though you beat them one-on-ones, because of the fact that, you know, they've probably pulled more. You know, look at your situation. You're on the road because of work a lot. So it's like you may not get the opportunity to. So it's almost like, okay, when I do, I got to make it count. But it's just like, it is what it is. But I think a lot, and I like the new crop of pullers when they get with the right people. What I mean by that is, like, when I got into the sport in December of 2010, and, you know, for me, it was more like, okay, I want to go to a tournament where, okay, oh, I know this person, I know that person. Let me see what I can do against them. And if I get my ass kicked, then so be it. It's like, all right, now I know there's a gap between, you know, me and that person, or like they say, there's levels to the sport, right? So, and I think for some reason we kind of got away from why we got into the sport in the first place. We forgot that, did you get into the sport to compete, or just get into the sport to hold a spot and just make videos about your workouts and stuff? It's like going, okay, what are we doing here? You know, and honestly, it's like going, it's all about, if you got to support the arm wrestle, then arm wrestle, stay active.
Right.
But then you got some, and, you know, there's guys out there that do this too. They'll sit there and cherry pick. Like, why are you cherry picking? Just, you know, go compete. It's not a big deal, right? It's just I think what it is, and I want your thoughts on this too, because this sport's evolved so much. It seems like it evolves like every 6 to 7 months, right? And now that we're in this era of super match pooling, right? Not a bad thing. That because of these huge organizations, some people think that if I lose, then that'll ruin my chances for getting a call from this big organization. And it's like going, this sport, you're going to lose. The best have taken losses. I've taken losses. You've taken losses. People in the chat have taken losses. One match is not going to make or break you.
No,
you know.
no,
So, what are your thoughts about that?
So it kind of StreamYard kind of froze up on you. So I didn't hear the actual question that you needed me to answer. Sorry.
What are your thoughts of just challenging people like arm wrestling? Like people are cherry picking and they're afraid that if I lose, I might not get a call from the big promotions. I'm like, come on, What we got? Oh, we got a comment. Tom says, Shawna, thanks for what you've done to promote and grow the sport in Wisconsin. Do you think the super matches over tournaments is a way to grow the sport for the ladies? Ooh, good question. Let's roll with it. You still there? Oh, she froze up. No way.
Matter what event you may go to generally, where for women, to get maybe 10, I'm going to a very large event. So for me to go out there and to think that I'm going to cherry pick something for a super match would be, I think, is ludicrous. Why would I do that? Like when Frida came and said, hey, do you want to pull? Of course I want to pull. Let's pull. Do I have...
Uh-oh. We're frozen again? I think we froze. Let me see if I can unfreeze her. Yeah, I know, Callie, you froze. I'm gonna just see if I.
If you like.
Hey, Shawna, you froze up. You froze up on us.
Oh no! Oh no!
We missed that whole entire thing. We froze up on us.
So where did it cut off? All of it.
You were talking about when Frida called you out, and you're like, "Hell yeah, I want to pull you," and then you froze up again.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I'm gonna take any of those matches, and did it go through my mind that, hey, if I lose this, now I've lost 2 super matches in a row, no one's going to call Shawna anymore. Yeah, that's gone through my mind because I'm...
Oh, wow. No way. Not again. We may have to get a plan B. So when Shawna comes back on, I'm going to just say, hey, I'm going to have her re-log into the show to see if that might help. So, Shawna, I'm going to send you a message. Hey, Shawna, you froze again.
Yeah, I don't know why we keep freezing. What's going on? Is it
what
me?
I'm going to do? Hey, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to log you back out. If you can log back in, see if that'll help.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Let's try this again.
All right.
There?
I see you. I hope that works.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm checking my internet and it's like, no, you're good. I'm like, all right, well.
Well, okay, so, and there was a question too while you were talking about that from Tom. Tom said, Shawna, thanks for all of what you've done to promote and grow the sport in Wisconsin. Do you think super matches over tournaments is the way to grow the sport for the ladies? You still there? You still with us? Oh, no way. No way.
Yeah,
did you see?
It's being so snotty. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, wow. Did you see the comment that Tom put?
Yeah, so as I see it, it says, thanks for what you've done to promote and grow. Do you think that super matches over tournaments is the way to... Tom, that's an interesting question. So I think that it could be the way. And it's just how, how do we do that? Because I do think that more people are starting to pay attention to women's super match.
Oh, what the hell? No way. There's no storms in Wisconsin, is there? Hold on for a sec. Let me try this. Okay. Is there a storm over there by chance?
No, and it's funny. I've been on this all day because I have work meetings all day, and I haven't had a problem all day. So I don't know if it's me or and I've just checked my phone, and it's like, nope, you've got full bars. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I got full bars too on mine. Like,
yeah, I'm like, what the hell?
I don't know. This is pissing me off. You're fucking up my. Damn it. So anyway, you said super matches, right? That might be a little bit better, for ladies in tournaments. Yes, you were saying. No way. Did you freeze again? What we might do is cut this show short and then do a part 2 because it keeps freezing. So I think what I'll do is we'll cut this now and I'll send a different link.
Oh my God.
Hey, you know what?
This is gonna piss me off too. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
So, I think what we'll do is we'll end this now, and then what I'll do is get a new link, and then we'll do a part 2. We can finish this up. What do you think?
Yeah. Do you want to do part 2 now?
Yeah. Let me go. Just give me like 5 minutes. So I'll go ahead and shut this one down now, and then we'll go ahead. I'll get a new link, and then we'll go there. So everybody, thanks for joining us. Give us a few minutes. We'll be back on.
All right. Let's do it.
All right.